So after seeing Jexy, I went and saw the new Addams Family animated film. What a hell of a fucking double feature, huh? Both movies not getting really well received, but it's like this weekend is like one of those shit weekends where nothing is getting good reviews. So, but Addams Family is like, this was a movie I was gonna go see regardless, even if I wasn't seeing everything nowadays. It's like everybody grew up on, everybody my age at least grew up on the '90s Addams Family films. I love those fucking movies. That was my introduction to those movies, and of course, I've seen scenes of the original TV show. I know it's based off the original TV show, and that's based off comic strips. I know before everybody gets on my ass about that, but I love those. I remember really fondly loving those '90s Addams Family movies. They're very fucking funny. I love the humor, dark ass humor in those things. And also those movies. I said, if you think about it, are probably the most perfect casting choices were made in that fucking movie that I could ever think of any movie. You got Raul Julia as Gomez, Angelica Houston as Morticia. Christopher Lloyd as Fester, and Christina Ricci as Wednesday. I mean, that's about as perfect fucking casting as you can get for the original for those movies. And when I saw this, I was like, I remember first time I saw the first images of this movie, I was kind of like a lot of people. The reaction was like, that looks pretty awful. That animation looks really awful. Who the hell did the animation for these characters? But then I also found out for some research that actually is what the characters looked like in the comic strips. So I was like, okay, that's cool. I'll give them a pass on that. They're trying to pay tribute to the comic strips. So, yeah, in the trailers for this movie were hit one of those I don't know what to really think of this, because it's one of those kids trailers where it's just fucking awful, and a lot of time, pretty much nowadays, all kids movies trailers are fucking awful, and sometimes you can't, even the best kids movies get really awful trailers. So I was kind of being hesitant about it. It's one of those movies that, for the trailers, oh, it's just trying to be fucking hip with the kids nowadays, but whatever. But and of course, the movie hasn't been getting very well received, so yeah, I didn't care for it. I'm not gonna lie. Out of the two movies, I just probably the one I liked the least, which is surprising, because this is getting a little bit better reviews than fucking Jexy is. I kind of like Jexy better. I don't know. I might be in a minority on that, but I don't care. This movie, I was very tired by the time this movie started. I didn't help it, but also this movie could not keep my attention one fucking bit. It's every kids movie I've seen done a million times before. That tell me if you've heard this before. This is a movie about a group of people that are considered outcast, or a certain character that's considered an outcast from everybody else in their town, and they're trying to prove everybody wrong, and by the end of the movie, they all kind of come together and realize they're all pretty much the same people, and yeah, everybody lives happily ever after. Basically, that's what this fucking movie is. But it's with the Addams Family. Really, it doesn't feel like an Addams Family movie at times. Other than the brief scenes where you see Wednesday and what's the boy's name? I'm sorry, I'm fucking forgetting. Wednesday and Pugsley. There we go, Pugsley. Where Wednesday's trying to bury her brother in a grave and shit like that. Now that feels like the Addams Family. There's bits and pieces here and there where it feels like Addams Family, but it's so few and far between where it's just like a coming of age story about how Wednesday's really main story really is about Wednesday wanting to become normal somewhat, like starting to wear pink dresses, and her mom's freaking out, and then she meets a friend who starts being gothic, and that's freaking her mom out. And then there's Pugsley, who's going through this not bar mitzvah where he has to do a sword fighting thing. I don't fucking know. I never understood what the fuck was going on with that subplot whatsoever. And it's coming of age of how to become coming of age, and how members of the Addams family, male members of the Addams family, become of age and shit like that. And it's mostly that, and that's about fucking it. I just could not fucking care. It's got a good voice cast. I'll give it that. Oscar Isaac as Gomez, Charlize Theron as Morticia, which is really good. I thought she was really good voice acting for that. Chloe Grace Moretz's Wednesday was really fucking good idea. Like, she can play the mellow, very down, somber voice really fucking well. I wish they could have just maybe, that would have been funny if they would have got Christina Ricci to come back. It could, like, I know she sounds older, but they've had plenty older actors play teenagers or little kids before. So, I mean, it's like, you could do that. Like, that would have been funny. I would actually kind of, like, it's the movie that fucking got Christina Ricci famous. Was that fucking Addams Family films, and she was, like I said, she was perfect in that. I will never lie, she was perfect in that. Another thing is, like, you watch those other Addams Family movies, and those were dark as shit. They were kind of geared towards kids, but they were also really dark, and people died in those fucking movies. This movie just kind of just sugarcoats the fucking Addams Family, and really just, the only really big the only part that actually felt like an Addams Family movie is at the end, where they start playing the actual theme song and play the recreation of the intro of the TV show from the 50s, but in animated form. That's like the closest that it feels like to anything Addams Family. Allison Janney plays the villain in this movie. She's this fuck, man, this is another movie that, come on, man, what was that town in this movie called that just drove me nuts as soon as it fucking happened? Like, I just rolled my eyes. Assimilation. They, like, where is it? No, Assimilation, New Jersey. Fucking really? That's about as subtle as a fucking heart attack. That is the name of the town in this fucking movie. Assimilation. That drove me nuts. Like, it's like this perfect little town, and Allison Janney's this, she helps rebuild all these houses, makes all these houses, but in the background of, like, she's in charge of this TV show where she rebuilds houses, but in the background you can see the Addams Family house, and it's this ugly looking house, and she doesn't like it, and she wants to try to renovate it, make it look better, or get rid of them completely. And yeah, fucking god damn it. So yeah, fucking Assimilation. That is such a dumb joke. Like, I rolled my eyes so much when I heard that fucking town is named Assimilation. But yeah, I did not care for this movie. Again, this is another one I don't have much to say about it, other than I didn't care for it. I don't recommend it. I don't. I wish I could. I wish I could say more positive things about it, but I can't. Um, so trailers. What the hell I got? Oh, Playmobil the movie. It's basically the Lego movie, a ripoff of the Lego movie, but if it's involving Playmobil, it literally is trying to be copy paste Lego movie, and it looks like the generic store version of, like I said, the Lego movie, and yeah, it doesn't look very good at all. Like, good God. Like, it's such a ripoff of the Lego movie, it's not even fucking funny. I got a new trailer for Spies in Disguise, where it kind of gets more of a plot, where Will Smith's spy character has to go undercover, and this kid comes up with this potion where he becomes a fucking pigeon. That's the best disguise he can come up with. I'm like, what the fuck? It still makes no sense, but alright, whatever. Oh, and then Jumanji: The Next Level. I've got this trailer a couple times. That's the first time I got a chance to talk about it. I love the sequel that came out a couple years ago for Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. I gave it a pretty positive fucking review. And I thought it was a really pleasant surprise. And this one, it looks like it should be a lot of fun. It's got Danny DeVito now, and fuck, who is it? Danny DeVito, and I forget who else. But yeah, it should be fun. I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, that's as far as trailers go. I'm gonna try to do a review of Nightmare Cinema here. I'm gonna try to just. I said I was gonna do part 1 of Creepshow reviews, but I'm gonna probably just review all the episodes at the end of the month. So there's that. Nightmare Cinema. Also, I'm gonna be reviewing Countdown, because that's coming to my theater in October, and that's a horror movie. So lucky me. That looks like shit. Yeah, I'm not looking for that one bit. But since I'm reviewing horror movies for the month of October, might as well review that piece of shit. So yeah, maybe it'll be a pleasant surprise. I highly doubt it, but maybe. But yeah, yeah, that's as far as those reviews. Like I said, I'm gonna try to do Nightmare Cinema. I still got a review. I gotta go see still, what was it? Oh, Gemini Man. And until then, I'll talk to you guys later.